Caffeinated versus decaf. Which boosts muscles and brain after 60? Are you confused about whether regular coffee or decaf is better for your strength and mental clarity after 60? If you have been wondering which type of coffee can actually help your legs feel stronger, your mind sharper, and your energy more steady throughout the day, then this video is exactly what you need. I'm going to show you the science-backed truth about when to choose caffeinated versus decaffeinated coffee to boost both your muscles and your brain. Here is why this matters more than you might think. After 60, our bodies process caffeine differently, and making the wrong choice at the wrong time can leave you feeling jittery, weak, or unable to sleep well at night. But here is what most people do not realize. Both caffeinated and decaf coffee have unique benefits for your physical strength and mental sharpness, and the secret is knowing exactly when to use each one. As a nutritionist who has worked with hundreds of adults over 60, I have seen how the right coffee strategy can be the difference between feeling energized for your morning walk or struggling to get up the stairs. The surprising part? Sometimes decaf is actually the better choice for your muscles, and I will show you exactly why. And here's something that might shock you. The number one mistake I see people make is not drinking too much coffee. It is drinking the right type at the wrong time of day, which can actually weaken your performance and disrupt the very sleep your brain needs to stay sharp. But before we dive into the science, tell me in the comments what city and country you are watching from. Plus, I've put together a complete senior's guide to coffee and brain health that includes the exact timing protocols I'm about to share. Link in the first comment. Now, I'm going to break this down into the 4 key areas you need to know about. First, we will look at how each type affects your muscle strength and energy for daily activities. Second, I will explain the brain benefits that most people completely miss. Third, you will discover why decaf is not just weak coffee, and how the processing method makes all the difference. And fourth, I will give you simple daily protocols you can start using tomorrow. Number 3 is something most people get completely wrong about decaf coffee, but when you understand the truth, it might completely change which type you choose for different parts of your day. Let us start with your physical strength and energy, because this is where the differences really matter for your daily activities. Regular caffeinated coffee can significantly improve what we call your perceived exertion, which means activities like climbing stairs, walking longer distances, or even carrying groceries feel easier and require less effort. This is not just in your head, there is real science behind it. Here is how it works in plain English. Caffeine blocks receptors in your brain that normally make you feel tired. When those receptors are blocked, your muscles can work longer before you feel that sense of fatigue. For adults over 60, this can mean the difference between feeling confident on a longer walk or having to cut it short. The practical dose that works safely for most people in our age group is 1 to 2 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. So if you weigh 70 kilograms, that is about 70 to 140 milligrams of caffeine, which equals roughly 1 strong cup of coffee. If you tolerate it well and do not experience jitters or heart palpitations, you can go up to 3 milligrams per kilogram, but never exceed that. The timing is crucial. Drink your caffeinated coffee 30 to 45 minutes before you plan to be physically active. This could be before your morning walk, before grocery shopping, or before any activity that requires you to be on your feet and moving. I had a client, Awefa, who was 67 and struggling to keep up on her walking group's routes. She was always the one saying, "You all go ahead, I will catch up," which, let us be honest, is code for I will be sitting on that bench over there, questioning my life choices. She started having 1 cup of coffee about 40 minutes before her walks, and within 2 weeks, she was not just keeping up, she was the one setting the pace and cracking jokes along the way. Her walking buddies started asking what her secret was. Alfie's response? "I finally learned to time my caffeine like a pro athlete times their training." Now here is where decaf surprises people. While it will not give you that immediate energy boost, decaf coffee still contains powerful compounds called polyphenols that support muscle recovery and improve circulation without causing your heart to race or your hands to shake. Think of caffeinated coffee as your performance enhancer and decaf as your recovery supporter. The polyphenols in decaf help reduce inflammation in your muscles after activity and support better blood flow, which delivers nutrients to your tissues more effectively. This makes decaf perfect for people who experience heart palpitations, blood pressure fluctuations, or trembling with regular coffee, but still want the health benefits that coffee provides. Here is an important truth I learned the hard way from clients who thought coffee was a magic muscle-building potion. Coffee alone does not build muscle any more than watching cooking shows makes you a chef. What it does is enhance your ability to use the muscles you have more effectively. For actual muscle building and strength maintenance, you still need adequate protein, about 20 to 25 grams with breakfast. And if you are already using it safely, creatine can also help with strength in our age group. When it comes to your brain, caffeinated coffee excels at improving alertness, reaction time, and short-term attention. This makes it excellent for activities that require quick thinking like driving, having detailed conversations, or reading complex material, especially in the morning when your natural alertness is already higher. The caffeine works by blocking adenosine, a chemical that makes you feel drowsy, and by increasing dopamine, which improves your mood and motivation. For adults over 60, this can help counteract the natural afternoon mental fatigue that many of us experience. Here's a number that might shock you. The effects of caffeine can last 6 to 8 hours in older adults because our bodies process it more slowly than a 25-year-old who thinks sleep is optional. This means if you drink caffeinated coffee after 2 or 3 p.m., it could still be throwing a party in your system when you are trying to wind down at 10 p.m. Here is what most people do not know about decaf. It retains most of the brain-supporting compounds called flavonoids and chlorogenic acids. These compounds support cerebral circulation, the blood flow to your brain, and can provide mental clarity without the jittery side effects. Decaf is actually the better choice for afternoon and evening mental activities like reading, puzzles, or learning something new because it supports cognitive function while preserving the deep sleep your brain needs for memory consolidation and mental sharpness the next day. Research shows that the quality of your sleep is one of the most important factors for maintaining sharp thinking as we age. If regular coffee is disrupting your sleep, even slightly, switching to decaf in the afternoon could actually improve your mental performance overall. Now here is where things get interesting and where the coffee industry has been keeping some secrets from you. Decaf coffee is not your grandmother's weak coffee anymore. I used to think decaf was just regular coffee that had given up on life, but boy was I wrong. Think of removing caffeine like trying to take the seeds out of a watermelon while keeping all the sweet, juicy flavor. Some methods are like using a sledgehammer, others are like precision surgery. The Swiss water process is basically giving your coffee beans a luxurious spa treatment. They soak the beans in pure water until the caffeine says, "I am out of here," but the flavor compounds say, "We are staying put." No chemicals, just water doing what water does best. The CO2 method, even fancier. They use pressurized carbon dioxide, the same stuff in your sparkling water, to gently coax out just the caffeine. It is like having a bouncer at a coffee club who only kicks out the troublemakers, but lets all the good guests stay for the party. Here is a number that might surprise you. Good decaf keeps about 85% of the antioxidants. That is like getting most of the benefits of a full workout while wearing your comfortable shoes instead of your running sneakers. The key point, decaf is not a compromise. It is a strategic choice for specific times and purposes, especially for people who are sensitive to caffeine but want coffee's health benefits. Let me give you 3 practical strategies you can start using immediately. For mornings, when you want strength and energy for physical activities, 1 cup of caffeinated coffee providing 70 to 140 milligrams of caffeine plus 20 to 25 grams of protein at breakfast. Then plan your walk or exercise 30 to 45 minutes later. This combination gives you both the immediate energy boost and the protein your muscles need for strength and recovery. For afternoon mental clarity without sleep disruption, 1 cup of decaf coffee, or if you tolerate it well, a half calf blend. This gives you the brain-supporting compounds without interfering with tonight's sleep. If you still get jitters, even from small amounts of caffeine, you can add 100 milligrams of L-theanine, which promotes calm alertness. Here is a balanced weekly strategy. Use caffeinated coffee 2 to 4 mornings per week on your most active days. Use decaf coffee 3 to 5 afternoons and evenings per week for mental activities and relaxation routines. This gives you the performance benefits when you need them while protecting your sleep quality. Let me answer the questions I hear most often, usually from people holding a coffee cup and looking slightly suspicious of my advice. Does decaf have 0 caffeine? No, it contains about 2 to 5 milligrams per cup. To put that in perspective, that is like comparing a firefly to a spotlight, but worth knowing if you are so caffeine sensitive that even looking at a coffee bean makes you jittery. What about high blood pressure? If you have blood pressure concerns, start with low doses of regular coffee or prefer decaf, and always monitor how your body responds. Work with your healthcare provider on this. I'm a light sleeper. What should I do? Avoid any caffeine after 2 or 3 p.m. and consider making decaf your default choice for afternoon and evening coffee. Can I mix them 50-50? Absolutely. A half-caf blend is an excellent middle ground for people who want some caffeine benefits with fewer side effects. Here is a simple week-long experiment you can try. Days 1 and 2, morning caffeinated coffee at 1 milligram per kilogram of body weight, plus try 10 chair stands afterward to test your energy. Have decaf in the afternoon. Days 3 through 5. If you feel good, increase to 1.5 to 2 milligrams per kilogram on active days, maintaining decaf in the afternoon. Days 6 and 7. Find your sweet spot. Pay attention to your energy at 10 a.m., how you feel climbing stairs, your focus while reading, and most importantly, your sleep quality. Keep notes on what works best for your body and lifestyle. I want to share a story about Lars, a 72-year-old client who came to me with what I call the afternoon coffee paradox. He loved his 3 p.m. coffee ritual. It was his daily me time, but come 10 p.m., he was lying in bed staring at the ceiling like he was waiting for a movie to start. I feel like my brain got the memo about bedtime, he told me, but my body did not get the message. We made one simple switch. His beloved afternoon coffee became a high-quality Swiss water-processed decaf, and he kept his morning caffeinated coffee for his daily walks. Lars was skeptical. You are telling me fake coffee is going to solve my problems? 3 weeks later, he called me laughing. I have been sleeping like a teenager and waking up with more energy than I have had in years. Turns out the coffee was not fake. My expectations were just outdated. The key insight: it is not about choosing one or the other permanently. It is about using each type strategically for what you want to accomplish. Here is the bottom line. Use caffeinated coffee as your tool for action and physical performance, and use decaf as your tool for mental clarity without the jitters or sleep disruption. The best coffee for you is the one that fits your daily routine while protecting the sleep quality that is essential for both physical strength and mental sharpness as we age. You do not have to choose sides in the coffee wars. You can be strategic and use both types to support different aspects of your health and daily activities. Remember, small changes in how and when you consume coffee can lead to significant improvements in how you feel throughout the day and how well you sleep at night. These improvements compound over time, leading to better energy, stronger physical performance, and sharper thinking. The goal is not perfection. It is finding what works consistently for your unique body and lifestyle. Which approach will you try first? Are you team caffeinated, team decaf, or are you going to experiment with the strategic approach using both? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about your experience and help you fine-tune your coffee strategy. And if you found this helpful, you might want to watch my video on the best foods to eat with your morning coffee to maximize muscle building after 60. I will put that link right here. Remember, taking control of something as simple as your coffee routine is taking control of your energy, your strength, and your mental clarity. These small daily choices add up to significant improvements in how you feel and what you're capable of accomplishing. Your best years are ahead of you, and sometimes it is the simple strategies that make the biggest difference. Remember, if you want, I will make available our complete guide for seniors on supplements and health products that can change your quality of life. Link in the first comment with a limited time offer.